Perfect. We are ready. We are letting everybody in. So there are supposed to be 5 of us today, but one of the girls sent me a message this morning and she said that she is not well. She has backed out, which that's okay. Hopefully she is feeling so much better so soon. And we're just going to let everybody pop in. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Brittany Budd, and I am a online business coach for female entrepreneurs, helping them to grow and scale their businesses to 6 figures and beyond using organic social media marketing and content strategies. And I thought something that would be super fun for us to do for everyone would be to kind of show you how I create such compelling content. My business has grown to over $430,000 in the last 2.5 years. That is all organically just through the content that I create for my business and, you know, the way I show up and my messaging, my marketing, things like that. And, you know, that is the way that people buy us. That is the way that people consume us. They feel connected to us. They want to be in our world. They want to hire us. And this is how you do it. It's through your content. So I thought, what could be more fun than a content-a-thon? So today, next week, and the week after, I'm going to be joined by 5 beautiful ladies, and I'm going to help them create one piece of killer content for their offers. They've pre-filled out a questionnaire for me so that we can do this really fun and quickly. And yeah, then they're going to have the bones, most of the body, of a really great piece of content that they can go and put out into the world and make an offer to their audience. And what a better time with Black Friday right around the corner. I think this is so super fun. So, like, to start off, I just want to share that some of the best content that you can make, it has to meet people where they are. Like, there are different styles of people. There are people that will read and like be really into like reading long form posts. There are people that also consume video and they just like love watching videos. Those 2 people pretty much never overlap. There is 2 completely types of people, but for the purpose of this, we're going to do long form like storytelling for these ladies' audiences. But just to kind of like put it out there for everybody. Also, if you have a Black Friday offer, a really great piece of content is simply laying out like, this is what it is, this is who it's for, this is what you get, these are the results you can expect, this is how much it costs, and then just putting your link to buy or to book a call with you or whatever. And it can be as simple as like a bullet list of like who it's for, ladies doing this or people doing that, or, you know, neurodivergence or whatever. What's included, and like what is the tangibles that's included? Are they getting calls with you? Are they getting group calls, private calls? Are they getting messenger support or Voxer or Slack? Is there a workbook involved? All of these things kind of play into it, right? And so like that can be a really great, compelling piece of content, because some people just like facts over stories. But most people kind of relate to stories because they want to be able to see themselves in the story and, you know, where they are. I like to use the now and then model. It's the model that I use for a lot of my content, is like what's going on right now, and then what's going on then in the future after they've hired you and you have helped them with their problems and provided them with a solution, and make it so easy for them to see themselves in the now, which is how you get inside your ideal clients' brains and speak to their current situations, but also painting the picture of the future in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming and heavy for them, right? Like, you want it to be very easy for them to say, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I want, and she can help me. And you want to make sure that you're bridging the gap between those things as the solution. So that's what we're going to do today. We're still missing somebody. Lauren, if you're out there, get on here, girl. Hopefully she makes it. Okay. hopefully you guys don't really care who's going to go first. I've made lots of notes. I went through everyone's responses. I've got a couple of pages of notes here. So I was just going to go in order of who of how I have my notes. So if that's fine with everybody, I want to start with Harriet. Harriet is a dear friend of mine, and she is a business coach and consultant. And she is launching her 9-week program. So Harriet, if you want to come on with us, that's awesome. If you don't, that's okay too. I can just kind of share with you my thoughts. I don't think I have any questions for you, but let's talk about what your people are going through. So I asked these beautiful ladies, what's your offer? What's standing in your client's way? What are they struggling with? What do they want? And so based on these things, I have compiled lists of how I would structure a piece of content for their audiences, right? As part of my job as a content strategist is understanding that, like, how your ideal clients think and what's going on in their minds and what they really want. Even though I am in Harriet's niche, but I'm not in everybody's niche, but I still understand the psychology of what people are going through and like what's top of mind for them. So we want to be talking to their problems. So she was saying that the people that come to her and will be coming into her program will be struggling with self-trust and like being the CEO and making CEO decisions. They find themselves outsourcing, delegating their decision making and their processes to their coaches, to their friends, to people in their families. Is that right, Harriet?
Yes, it is. I am so sorry. I think there's a slight delay from your side, and
Perfect.
I'm not sure
okay.
if you can hear
So
me
when you
clearly,
said that
but yeah.
I can hear you perfect. So what she told me was that the people that come into her program, they're looking for clarity, they're looking for strategy and planning, they're looking for help with self-trust and decision making. But what I heard from that, or I deduced from that, is people wanting a better business all around, right? We got to really get into not necessarily what people need, but what they want. And what people want and what people need are usually very different. So based on giving them clarity, giving them strategy and action plans, helping them with self-trust so that they can become the CEO that makes powerful decisions for their business, what they really want is to have a better looking business. They want increased confidence. They want to feel like the CEO of their business. They want to be making more money. They want to be working less. They want to feel less stressed. They want to feel more in control. And one thing that I tell all of my clients, ladies, is that a lot of business coaches out there and content coaches out there will tell you that you want to be selling the tangible stuff. So it's easy for people like Harriet and myself to talk about money because that's very tangible. And it's easy for people who sell like health and wellness and weight loss because they can talk in pounds lost, and that's very tangible to people. But people buy based on emotion, and the core emotion that every single person, it does not matter what your niche is, the core emotion that every single person wants is freedom. And that looks different for everybody, but freedom is that core. And so when you can speak to the freedom of being clear instead of being confused, the freedom of, shaking off that confusion, shaking off that fear of making the wrong decisions so that you're delegating to other people to run your business for you, the fear of failure, the fear of being seen and doing the wrong things and having people dislike you and all of those things. When you can speak to the freedom that's associated with what your offers are after shaking off the things that are holding them back, that's when they really start to see, oh yeah, that's what I want. I do want to be free from that stuff, right? And so for your offer, I really like situational content. I think that it reads so well and speaks so clearly to your ideal client. And so like I will niche down to like a moment in time for my ideal client. Harriet's commenting, this is awesome with a smiley face. Thank you. I will niche down or like laser focus in on a moment in time that my ideal client is facing and struggling with. And I will be as specific as humanly possible. So for Harriet, I would write a piece of content, and I'm going to encourage her to write a piece of content that sounds very much like this. And, it doesn't have to be word for word. Nobody has to, word for word what I'm saying here today, but really like gathering the structure and putting your own flair on it, obviously. But I would very much be focusing in on, you've got a big decision that you need to make in your business. Do you want to launch a Black Friday offer? Do you want to make a discount? Because everyone's talking about Black Friday right now, and you are a coach for business owners. So I would probably really laser in on that. There's a lot of pressure around creating a Black Friday offer. There's a lot of stress around it. Do you make something new? Do you design a new workbook? What kind of price do you price it at? Do you price it really low so that people buy it? Or like, are you just going to discount your thing? What's going on? It's causing a lot of panic and stress for you because you know that this time of year is like a moneymaker. People are going to be bragging all over the place about how much money they made, how their thing sold out in 5 minutes, or their thing sold out before they even put it on the market. Like, I don't even understand how that happens. Why isn't that happening for me? How do I put out the best offer that's going to speak to my people and make me some money? Because the end of the year is coming, the holidays are coming, and you're feeling the pressure around performing and delivering something for this time of year, and it is causing you so much stress. You're asking your friends, you're asking your business besties, you're all over the place hoping someone just tells you what to do, right? That sounds really familiar, right? I think a lot of people are kind of dealing with that. So if you put out a piece that starts out like that, that's going to really speak to a lot of women right now that are feeling the pressure. I'm a business coach, you're a business coach. I'm seeing that. I'm sure you're seeing that too, right? And so then you're going to say, but here's the thing, when you come into my 9-week program, this is the stuff that we're going to work on. We're going to help you become more confident. We're going to help you be the CEO of your business so that you self-trust in your decisions, understanding that your business is not that fragile. You don't have to overcommit yourself to something on Black Friday. You don't have to make a brand new thing. How would it feel, or imagine with me what it would feel like if you knew exactly what you were going to do to make money for the rest of this year? You knew exactly what plan you had in place. You were just going to follow the yellow brick road to the end of the year, knowing that your goals are on the other side of it, knowing exactly what you're going to do, trusting yourself fully, feeling so confident, making those CEO decisions, and believing that the financial goals that you have for the rest of the year are coming to you, Black Friday stress or not. You don't have to feel stressed out about Black Friday. What if you felt really calm, cool, and collected about Black Friday and you knew exactly what you were going to do? How much better would that feel for you? Right? So now we're painting the other side, because that is what they want. They want to feel them cool, collected. They want to go, Black Friday is next week. It's fine. I know what I'm doing. Or do you know what? It's fine. I'm not doing anything. Like, there's no pressure to create Black Friday offers. But maybe they're thinking, okay, do you know what? I don't want to do anything. I just want to have really great copy to put out to my audience and know that they're going to buy it. Or maybe I do want to make those powerful decisions and I do want to make a Black Friday offer, but you want to make it so easy for them to go, this is exactly what I want. I want to feel that freedom. I want to feel less stressed. I want to take ownership of my business. I don't want to delegate to my business besties or like my neighbor or my sister who don't get it. I want to trust myself, and I want to have a community of people, because you do have a group program here. I want to be in a community of people that I can be supported and guided and loved on and encouraged. And so then you'd make that really compelling pitch of, in my 9-week program, this is what we're going to do together. You're going to get these calls, you're going to get a workbook, whatever you've kind of got included. I don't have the answers to that right here, but what's included here, but also include the fact that yes, you are going to get that amazing support, the mentorship, the guidance, and all they have to do is go to this beautiful link to book a call with you or to buy it, or however you have your sales process set up. This live will stay up on my page. So you can get the replay. Don't worry. Yeah. So that is exactly how I would be crafting my content to those things. Can you turn that down a little bit? Do you think you could? Never mind. Sorry, guys. My little guy, right before this, my kid's school called. My little guy's super sick. So I had to go get him. And I don't know if you guys can hear it. I started making homemade chicken soup and it's like the lid is whistling. Could you just maybe like lift the lid a little bit? Just like put it on the edge. Use the oven mitt. It's like whistling like crazy. It's driving me crazy. Okay, just give me 1 second, everybody. I'm just gonna move it. I don't know. Maybe you guys can't hear it, but I feel like I'm in a steam train. No, it's okay. Okay. Sorry, ladies. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's been Summer says, I hope he feels better soon. It's so hard when they're sick. They have been sick for weeks. This has been like a never ending saga. Okay, so Harriet, I hope that you like super enjoyed that. That's how I would really be gearing a lot of your content. And ladies, like I said, do like a very factual piece of like bullet points of what's going on in your offer. It doesn't matter if it's a Black Friday offer. If it's a regular offer, it doesn't matter. Sometimes people just like to see facts, but absolutely, I would be really crafting stories that sound a lot like what I just told you. So hopefully you loved that. Okay. Do you have any questions about it before I move on to the next person? She says, definitely, it's brilliant. Thank you. You are so, so very welcome. And friends, this is exactly what I do with my one-on-one clients. We figure out what their offers are going to be, and then we craft lots of content like this. We take lots of situations like this, and we make lots of content based on all of those different scenarios, all of those different things that your ideal clients are facing and dealing with, and then paint a picture of the freedom that they're looking for and that they're hoping for, and how are the perfect person to help them get from point A to point B. Okay, let's go with Summer. Summer, I do have a couple of questions. I'm just curious, do you do calls for people, or are you just like, here's a link? You're muted.
Sorry, can you hear me okay now?
There, I can hear you.
Okay. I as I was talking, I mentally was like, I wanted help with the one-on-one one, but did I put that in there? Did I put the group program in?
No, you didn't put anything about a group. No, I just have the one-on-one.
Oh, okay, good. That was the one I wanted help with. Yeah. Traditionally, I do calls with it.
Okay.
I was kind of toying with a retainer package, which I did have some people get, but I've decided to do like 3 weeks on and 1 week off, and make it 4 months instead of 3. Because a lot of what we do is like huge transformation. Like I work with a lot of child actors and models that had absolutely terrible things happen to them, and a lot of people that like were literally born and raised in cults. So we go through like a lot of, and this is when you're talking about the quantitative thing, I was like, this is my issue too, because a lot of my clients get off medications and stuff like that, but it's like, how can I quantify they are able to get their mental health back? They are able to sleep because they're not like paranoid and terrified and like barricading the doors. And then afterwards too, they keep like improving their life. And the thing is it's not just trauma. Like I help people with other transitions too. Like one of my clients just had gender reassignment surgery, and in the process of that was getting denied adoption, and manifestation is one of the things I help with. So we were able to get like a child for them to adopt. And the transitions I was helping with them with were like getting into parenting, dealing with like all this discrimination. And then also their child looks like they're going to be on the spectrum as well. So they were like, please tell us how to mess her up less.
Yeah. Okay, I love this. This is so good. Okay, so when I was going through your responses, like I love that you're doing a one-on-one. The reason I was curious how you sell is just how I want to wrap up the end of yours. You said like lost sense of self, anxiety, depression, imposter imposter syndrome, there's trauma stored in the body. What you just said about like the sleeping pills and the barricading, I would love to see a story about that. You don't have to name names when you tell stories. Okay. Yes, it may be inspired by a client. No one needs to know that part, because I think that what you do is very, very confidential. But I would definitely be talking about like, perhaps you've experienced something like this, where you are barricading yourself in your room so that you can try to get a good night's sleep, and you're taking sleep medication, and it's because of, you know, something traumatic that happened to you. Maybe you identify with this. I have a client that dealt with something similar. Here is how I help them. And I talk a little bit about your process. People love to see that we have very simple processes that can take them from point A to point B, you know, the now to the then after they hire you. And say, here's a little bit about my process and what I worked with this client. And now they're not barricading themselves in their room. They're not taking sleeping medication. They're sleeping peacefully. They're feeling much better about themselves. Some of the notes that I kind of wrote down based on your responses, again, that freedom, I think everyone can have freedom as like their core thing, but feeling safe, feeling confident, feeling secure, feeling happy. I loved you used the word torture chamber, and I really think that is a very powerful metaphor or like analogy for the way these people are feeling. And I think they would really, really, really relate to that type of phrasing. So I would definitely be using that type of verbiage in your content to speak to your people. So absolutely, like when you have a really great client story, and you know, this story about this woman, absolutely tell that story. I had a client come to me and she, you know, we manifested a child and I helped her transition into parenthood. I think that being a transformational life coach is very, very like on brand for you. I know you're kind of like, how do I identify myself? I think a transformational life coach or a life transformation coach for atypicals is like your sweet spot. But being open to tell those stories, like here she came in, this is what she was going through. She wanted a child, she was denied. Some of the work that I do is manifestation, and here's how we manifested her to have it, to get that child that she wanted. And then talking about, and then I helped her transition to parenthood, and then we found out the child was atypical. And here's how I helped her transition into that phase of parenthood. And so for your line of work, I think that storytelling is good anyway, but I think specifically telling the stories of your clients or even people that you have encountered in your life, and some of your own story as well, telling those stories again without naming names, saying this is something that I have witnessed and this is how I would help this person or how I did help this person. And now they're living the XYs, they're living the freedom, the safety, the security, the confidence, the happiness that we all want and deserve in our lives. And then when you're doing those stories, you know, they're going to identify with people because they're people's real lives. Real lives, people connect with other people's humanness.
Yeah.
Right. And even if, you know, maybe it's not so specific in that, well, I wanted to have a child and I got denied, but then we got approved and then the child was atypical, like that's probably pretty niche, but other people will still identify with how you are the solution to their problems. And so when you're telling these stories, you want to make it very clear, I do this work, this is how I do this work. When you book a call with me, we're going to talk about what's going on in your life. I'm going to identify with you the spaces and the blind spots that I can help you with. And then we're going to talk about what it's going to look like to work together in this one-on-one capacity. And then book a call here.
I love that. Thank you so much.
How does that feel?
That feels about right. It was one of, as you're talking, my brain was like, well, duh. I think it was one of those kids see the forest through the trees or trees through the forest thing. But yeah, that sounds about right on. Because my biggest thing is I do sign a shit ton of NDAs. Does that mean I can't share any part of, although a lot of my clients are really sweet and would be fine with like their stories being told without like identifying things. So
Yeah.
That was my own hang up.
Yeah, I think we can tell stories without identifying people. And honestly, I think so much of what they're probably telling you is not common knowledge. So if you are very like telling the situation, but not giving any names or any identifying situations, just saying a client came to me with this and I helped them with that, and now their life is this. I think that that's okay because you're not doing anything that's identifying, but you are sharing how you helped this person get from where they were to where they wanted to be. And make those calls to action for everybody here, make those call to action really, really compelling. I think the biggest problem that so many people face is that they do a lot of storytelling or a lot of education, but then they don't make that call to action at the end where they're just kind of like, okay, that's it. Here's the story. And then you've done all that heavy lifting for someone else to come in and be like, I also am a transformation life coach for atypicals, and I am taking clients, book a call with me here. And they're like, oh, this person does exactly what Summer does. I'm going to hire her since Summer, I don't think Summer's taking clients, right? Not to say that that's what you're doing, but I just see that happen so often where we do all of the heavy lifting. We're a completely different person who's going to make that really bold offer to be like, book a call with me here or buy my program right here. Just click this button and it's a done deal for you. All your problems are solved. And they're like, well, it's a good thing this person just told me all of that stuff so that I could hire that person to help me with it. Like,
Gotcha.
no, we don't want to do that. So make sure that you're really bold offers at the end of every story saying, I can help you. Here is how, book a call with me right now.
I will definitely add that too. That kind of
Awesome.
wording.
Do you have any questions about that?
Just one real quick. That kind of wording, like, should I consider that kind of like a mental swipe file and make it my own? Because you were saying powerful call to action, and I'm like, I don't think mine are that powerful because it usually is something like, you know, I can help you with this, get on a call today or something like that. Sorry, this I'm outside and it's windy, so I'm itchy and my dog is sneezing. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I think that it's powerful when you're like, I can help, book a call now.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then you have the link versus like, oh, I can help you. Like, let's chat. Let's chat doesn't mean anything to people, especially when you don't put a link and you just kind of like leave it open for like, you could DM me, you could comment, like you could email me, just whatever. Like, no, here's the link. Click this link. Do it now.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much. That was my only question on this. I appreciate it. And I also had Harriet's question too of like, is this getting recorded? I'm going to go back and take more notes.
Yes. It will stay on Facebook.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
And I'm thinking that I'm going to, you're so welcome. I'm going to download it. I'm going to put it on my YouTube. And then I'm going to send the replay to like my whole email list. So you girls will also get a replay in your emails.
Cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
You're so welcome. Harriet says, I made the connection that I think I was missing before. Thank you. You are so welcome, Harriet. Okay, Anna Maria.
Hello.
I love this. Anna Maria is a confidence and success coach for female entrepreneurs, and she has a success challenge coming up. I have some questions for you that I want to help you really kind of deep dive into your ideal client's thinking. So my first question for you is, when does this challenge start?
Well, I, keep pushing the launch date out because I'm not clear on a few things. But I really would like to. I just really would like to have it before Christmas. So, can I send you the link in the chat quickly so you see the sales page I created?
Sure, we can totally do that. Do you have anybody enrolled yet?
No, because I haven't really advertised it that much. My plan is to start going live in my Facebook group. And at every live, I offer this challenge.
Okay. Okay. What are the things that are kind of making you question the start date?
Well, it's just really get clear on the outcome, from their point of view, because it makes sense in my head. And I got some positive feedback, but some are saying that, they are not clear on what they are going to get at the end. So I just really want to clarify that one.
Yeah. And that's something that I wanted to ask you about, because in your questionnaire, you told me that they're going to supercharge their business. And I'm curious what that means to you.
Okay. So it means that, when we feel overwhelmed as a solopreneur, we have so much to do. And then at the end, we don't really know what to do or what to do next. And then we confuse ourselves and we swing into inaction and procrastination, which is costing us a lot of money. So supercharging your business means that you get clarity and direction, how to prioritize your tasks, how to achieve your goals, and then you do what moves the needle in your business. So therefore you can generate sales.
Okay. So it sounds like more money, less stress. People
more money, less
love that
stress,
stuff.
have, a healthy work-life balance. So it's not just about, work, and live for your business.
Okay. A couple more questions for you. How many guides and supporting materials are included?
Oh, a lot. So everything is really action oriented. So it's not just, giving you a pep talk and there you go. So I have workbooks for each session, and I have lots of support as well with the program. So I have live Q&As, in a Zoom group that is live streamed in the Facebook group.
How okay, how many sessions do you do in the 21 days?
So it's every weekday. So it's 3 times 5. And so what I'm planning to do is to have like an up to half an hour training each day, the first 5 days, because I broke it down to 5 modules, and giving them workbook at the end of each, and then the rest of the challenge is, deep diving into each module and implement it. So the reason behind that is because it takes about 21 days minimum to take on something new. And, I didn't want to spread the teaching material out throughout the 21 days. So the core of the teaching is the 5 first days, and then we go into each section and do more work.
Okay. So I'd love to see you get really serious about picking a date on when it's going to start, and then really hitting the ground running or selling it. I'm also curious on your sales page why you have a $500 masterclass as an option.
Oh yeah, I need to take that one off. I just wanted to have an upsell option, but yeah, it's no, I will take that one off.
Yeah, I would take that off only because I have no idea what it is. Like, I get all the way to the bottom, and then it's like, also here's this confidence masterclass for $500, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, I know.
And if
I
I'm wondering what it is,
off.
and I'm a professional business coach, everyone else is also confused. I would take that off. And I just be like, you know what, it's 197. And then I'd really upsell them into like your next level. Yeah, once you get these people in. But I think that you should, if you were my client, I would tell you to start this the first week of December. And I would tell you to be like really like head down, blinders on, like doubling down on selling it from today until like next Saturday to fill it up. And I would be putting all of your content, like your sales page has a lot of content, which is one of the great things about sales pages, that you can like pluck out little pieces of the sales page and create content based on it. But I would really talking about, you're going to make more money because people want more money. They want more of the work-life balance, right? They want less overwhelm and they want less stress. So those are kind of like your tangibles, right? But again, going back to the freedom aspect, they're free from the self-doubt that you told me about. They're free from the negative thoughts. They're free from the insecurities, the lack of confidence. They're free from the stress and the overwhelm. They're free from the pressure of trying to figure out what to do in their businesses so that they can make more money. So you kind of see where I'm going with that kind of thing. But really, again, getting really super situational, going, okay, I see you. And very similar to what we talked about with Harriet as well. And a lot of my content right now is in the same boat. Very much, we're getting near the end of the year. You're feeling a lot of X, Y, and Z, which is the stress, the overwhelm, you're lacking confidence. The end of the year is coming. You have these amazing goals, this amazing vision for your life, and you can get very specific on that if you wanted to. Maybe you wanted to hit your first 100K, or you wanted to be working only a couple of hours a day so that you could spend more time with your 6 children. As I gesture towards my son on the couch, who was just like snuggled up in a blanket, you wanted to go on more vacations, or what is the vision that they have for themselves? And maybe it is the big fancy houses and the fancy shoes and the fancy cars. Maybe it's more vacations. Maybe it's more just feeling secure, so that knowing that their bills are paid. But as we're getting close to the end of the year, you're realizing that you are not where you wanted to be, and you're thinking about throwing out. You're quiet quitting on your goals right now. Right? And so you're talking about, that current reality, which unfortunately it is the reality for so many women out here, because they think that this time of year is the time of year where people pull back, people are not buying as much, people are reluctant to spend money. And so they start quiet quitting on their goals. They're thinking that 2023 is a brand new year. I'll just start back up in the new year. It's too busy. People aren't doing these things. When in reality, people are buying right now. People are shopping happy. They love spending their money right now. And the fact that the holidays, especially as you talk about the stress and the overwhelm and the work-life balance, the holidays exacerbate all of those stresses for everyone. It does not matter what niche you all are in. If you're watching this live through Facebook, it does not matter what niche you're in. The holidays exacerbate everyone's problems. They just do, whether it's boundaries, whether it's health and weight loss, whether it is self-love or work-life balance. We are very much thrown off our regular game during the holidays. There's all kinds of recitals and concerts and holiday parties and hosting and all of these things that kind of go into the holidays that just make it worse for people. And this is why they start quiet quitting. They give up early and start going the other way because it's too much for them. So you want to really talk about, I see you, I understand, but quitting on your business and quitting on your goals is not the answer. What is the answer is my 21-day challenge. Imagine what it would feel like, or what would it feel like for you? Come on this vision with me. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, just wanted to ask. So based on what you are saying, so empathize more their pain points and what's happening in their head, and hearts. So kind of they are panicking. So do you think the first segment of this sales page needs to be changed with addressing these issues? Because the supercharge you with success is kind of a slogan for the challenge, and the name itself is the achieve your goals and the healthy work-life balance. So would you change anything here?
I think that maybe I'm a different breed of person, but I often don't really read a sales page, honestly. It's someone's consistent content that makes me want to buy or not. And so when I get on a sales page, I'm usually just trying to find the checkout button so that I can just throw my money at the person. I think that you have a lot of really great points in your sales page where you're like, oh, you're feeling like there's not enough hours in the day. You're feeling constantly behind. Can I share? Do you mind if I screen share your sales page so people can get an idea of what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully everyone can see this. So this is Anna Maria's sales page. And so I love that she, right off the bat, super fun that you have a client testimonial. This is really good. There's not enough hours in the day. You're feeling constantly behind. But again, I would probably get a little bit more storytelling here. It's like, you're running your business. This is not what you had envisioned when you started your business. You're feeling like there aren't enough hours in the day. You're constantly behind. You're stressed. You're low on energy. Balance does not exist for you. You're feeling unaccomplished in the comparisonitis game. And this sounds super familiar. This is so great. I wish that it was pictures of you instead of pictures of random people, because you are the brand and you are the face. And
yeah,
I
just wanted to express, more feelings with the pictures.
If you go to my sales pages,
I think it's oil. I have to take some more photos.
I'm sure you have pictures of yourself that would express these emotions. Yeah, that's okay. Take some selfies. If it's a beautiful day out, you just need your cell phone and a great window. You get lots of natural light. It doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be this perfect polished thing. People just want to see you, and you're the face, so they want to feel connected to you. So I would really change these. You've got this beautiful redheaded girl here, but I wish it was you instead. And so yes, this is great. Let's fix it. That's great. This is very typical of a sales page. This part, working on your goals. I love the little checkout button that you've got here. Again, I wish this was a picture of you. This is great. I would also talk about a little bit about the business, because this is supposed to be a business success, right? You told me that supercharge your business was important to them. So I would talk in this section about what they can expect for their business as well, how it impacts it and how it impacts their family life, because you talk about the work-life balance as well.
So this is where practically I paint a picture of what they want to achieve, what they get.
Yeah. So you talked about pain points. I'm not super in love with pain points, because I think that so many people get abusive with respect to pain points. They really poke holes in people and pick at scars and scabs and make people feel worse. And I much prefer to talk about this is just factual what's going on. These are just the circumstances that you're currently living. Maybe it's painful, maybe it just sucks, maybe you just don't like it, but it doesn't have to be here's your pain. I just much prefer to be here's your current reality and here's your future reality, and I'm the answer to the problems to get you to the desired future reality, so you're not just continuing to live the current reality for the rest of your life. Yeah. This I really changed because this is coach talk. So it says, gives you a plan with actionable steps to reconnect with yourself, start leaving yourself, be more present and relaxed, live wild and free by being more confident and removing guilt from self-care. I would be really bold about what actually is going to happen in here. You're going to make more money. You're going to be happy. You're going to be more joyous, because I think a lot of the coach speak and I feel like you're really holding back on how you help people, because for every one of these, I want to go reconnect with yourself. But what does that mean? Start believing in yourself. But what does that mean? What do they get if they reconnect with themselves? What do they get if they start believing in themselves more? What happens if they're more present and relaxed? What does living wild and free even mean? Like, really get into that nitty gritty. Like, do not hold back. Make really bold, crazy, audacious claims. Like, when I first came out onto the scene and I was like, I'm going to help you make 100K in 12 months. I had not made 100K in 12 months as a business coach yet. I was a stockbroker first, but I knew that I knew enough about sales, marketing, branding, personal branding, content creation, that if anybody worked with me, they could make 100K in 12 months or less. And then I went on to make 100K in 10 months. So it's okay if you know, because you said up here that you have 30 years of experience, you know your shit. Don't hold back from being like, if you work with me, if you do this challenge, you're going to make more money. You're going to be a lot happier. Your relationships are going to thrive. You're going to feel so much better. I love this, but I wish I didn't have to click to see the girls. To see your clients. I would probably put them, I would put one here, and then I'd put the other 3 under your checkout. Yeah. Like, I would put them like here, or even maybe like right above the checkout. I think that that's fine too. I don't necessarily know that you need a guarantee. And also, because you can't quantify the results, this opens you up, I think, to people that would just be like, I just want my money back. And see, here you called it a confidence challenge.
Oh, yeah. I have to. Yeah, it started as a confidence challenge, but
when you
confidence
wrote
is
to me about it, you
more
called
like
it a
a tool.
success challenge. So, like,
Yeah. No, that is just the wording I need to change, because I started as a
so I
confidence
want you to be
challenge,
really
but
clear
I
on what
thought that
exactly is happening in here.
success is more, tangible. Confidence is more like a tool. What they need to achieve success. I think, Brittany, what you
Yes, but
yeah, tell me.
success is different for everybody. So what you want to do is identify the success that you are helping them get to, and then just speak to those people, because it feels like you're trying to attract everybody and just kind of like do this blanket on everybody and just like, this is so cozy, everybody's welcome, this is so great. But because it's so blanket, it's not speaking to anybody. It's speaking just kind of to everybody. So like, I want you to really hone in, like I said, be really bold about what's going to happen, how you are going to help them, and how awesome you are. And then just speak to the people that identify with that type of success.
Okay. I think a little bit of my hold back, now that we are going through the material, is that, so personally, I went through a lot of self-development because I was extremely insecure. I was worrying a lot. I was people-pleasing and codependent and all that, and it affected all areas of my life. But I so I started with the niche of a woman in general, but being in the entrepreneurial world, I see what the solopreneurs need help with, and I had a lot of requests. I held master classes in other groups on overwhelm, and how to set your mindset right for running a successful business and all that. But I don't feel qualified to make a statement of, how to achieve a 10K per month, because I haven't done it myself. If you know what it makes, I don't feel I'm qualified for that part yet.
Yeah.
I know I will get there, but I'm not there yet myself.
Yeah. I think that you are qualified, because that's okay. We are always a work in progress. And for all of us, our biggest work is also the thing that we do for our businesses. Like, we often, as a business coach, the biggest struggle that I face is my business.
Yeah.
And I think everyone can kind of relate to that. The life coaches with people pleasing, let's really niche down for an example. Life coaches that help people with people pleasing, their biggest tripping point is people pleasing tendencies. It's the thing that they face every single day, that they're constantly battling themselves. But because we're living it, that makes us the best coaches for it. So I want you to be really confident in the fact that, and here's how I kind of pose it to my clients is, if you had a dream client walk in, and this dream client was so coachable, and she did everything that you said, and everything that you told her to do worked out for her, what would happen? Right? Like, of course I can help people make 100K in under 12 months.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is everyone going to get that result? No, because life happens and shit happens and things get in the way. Has it happened? Yes, of course. Is it going to happen for everyone? No, sometimes it will take 12. Sometimes it'll take 14. Doesn't make them any less successful, but we have to account for humanness. But when we're making those big, bold claims, we're allowed to say, look, if everything went perfectly, this could happen for you. And because you have done it for you, you're the perfect person to teach it to other people. And you are in the process of it always. So that's okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you for clarifying that. I mean, I've had business success with my previous businesses, so that's always on the back of my mind. It's not my first business I'm doing. So I've always done something that fit into the family life, and my crazy schedule. So I feel I'm qualified for that, definitely.
You are. And I think you can talk about your own story, talking about how, I've been in business before, managing my family life. This is how I did it. And we touched on to the points where it was a struggle for you. I think everyone can identify with, well, I started this business hoping I would work a couple hours a day, but I find myself glued to my telephone, answering messages, scrolling a lot, all hours of the day. I'm not paying attention to my family hardly at all. They complain that I'm always working. I think so many women can identify with that, because we're conditioned that we don't ask for help. We do it all ourselves. And that the more productive we are, and I put air quotes around productive, the more air quotes worthy we are. Our self-worth is tied to our productivity. And so we feel like we have to do everything under the sun. We have to do all of the business stuff. We have to write our own content. We have to make videos. We have to write sales pages. We have to create graphics. We have to, show up on social media. We have to do our own hashtag research. But then we also still have to be moms, and we have to make meals and clean and vacuum and sweep and do laundry and change the beds and clean the bathrooms. And we're also supposed to have thriving marriages on top of all of that, where we're going on dates with our husbands and we're doing our hair and our makeup looks nice and we're taking care of ourselves and we're going to lunch with our girlfriend. How? How are we supposed to do it all? We can't. It's
Yes.
impossible.
Yeah. Yeah,
So we just
exactly.
pile it all on. We feel terrible. We're lackluster across the board. And it's just stressful. And we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people on the internet because they seem to have figured it out, but we haven't. What's wrong with us?
Mhm.
And like this, everything that I just said, content for you. So like when you go back and watch it, that whole list that I
Yeah.
just made out, that is all content for you. Use it as a huge list, use it as little pieces. Oh, great. You got on your phone today. Immediately started the comparison game. Fantastic. She just did this. She's going on a vacation. She's bragging about a 7-figure business while she's in Santorini getting her pictures taken on the white houses.
Mhm.
What is wrong with me? That's what your ideal client is thinking. How is she pulling that off? Why am I unable to pull that off?
Mhm.
And then you're like, hey, guess what? When you work with me, when you come into this 21-day success challenge, we start rolling the ball in the direction of those desires for you, because that's this maybe for your people. I talk a lot about this for my people. That's the type of success that you want. You want to be working less. You want to be making more. You want to be going on dates with your husband and running a successful business and going on vacation with your kids. When you come into this 21-day challenge, we're going to set those habits. We're going to create boundaries. We're going to look at the work-life balance and what that means for you, because it's different for everybody. And we're going to create for you a plan of action that's going to start putting the blocks in place to set the foundation of the work-life balance that's rich in all areas of your life. It's rich in relationships, it's rich in self-love and health, and it's rich in money.
Oh, Brittany, this is so fantastic.
Here's the link to my sales page. Go join us now. Yeah.
Because I'm super confident that what I'm offering,
and I would be putting out content like that
amazing.
Like, at least once a day.
Okay.
Yes, you are super confident because you're amazing. Don't forget that.
Thank you.
I would be putting out this type of content every day, if not twice a day. Yeah, you're so welcome. Until, like I said, if you were my client, I would probably tell you to do it the first week of December. Because what'll that give you? 1, 2, 3. You'll be done before Christmas. And I think that's the perfect time, because now's the time, like I said, holidays make everything worse. Yeah. So like, let's start in December. Let's get you on track. Let's set you up for a really profitable 2023 by joining this challenge right now.
Perfect.
The doors are open. The cart is ready. As soon as you enroll, you're going to get added into the private Facebook community. Please introduce yourself and all of that good stuff. I would be putting out all that stuff that I just said. That is probably your whole launch model right there. Everything that I just said.
Yeah, no, that's so perfect, Brittany. I wanted to say, because I'm super confident that what I'm offering is really good and is going to help so many women. It's just a matter of expressing and getting my message across to them. So that's the part I'm struggling with, but I can't wait to work with and help women, because it's just my true passion to uplift others and help them, because I know the struggles we are going through, and we were raised as people pleasers, and just to keep our opinions and feelings to ourselves, because it doesn't matter, we're just obliged to serve others and not to care about ourselves. And it's a horrible, I wish I had a magic wand and just change it for the whole world, and have more freedom and equality for women. So yeah.
And I think what you just said is really captivating as well with respect to content. We do put everybody else first. And I think that you could really be telling stories about that as well, about the people pleasing and putting people first before yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, selling your success challenge as the response to that, as the solution to that.
Yeah, definitely. I have all these elements covered in the challenge, and I'm just so excited.
Good. Awesome. I'm excited for you. Will you please let me know how it goes?
Yes, definitely. I really love your group, so definitely.
Thank you. Awesome. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, thank you. That's all. And it's 6 a.m. I need to wake up my girls for the school bus, so I'd better go. And I hope your little one will get better soon.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, girls, for coming and hanging out with me. Sadly, Lauren, I'll have to send her a message and see what happened to her. But that's okay. We did 3 and it was amazing. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please, let me know. Share your content with me after you've made it. Feel free to tag me if you want to. DM it to me. I definitely want to see it and cheer you on. I'm so excited. Thank you. This is so helpful. Thank you, girls. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me today. And I'll see you all next week for another one of these with 5 different ladies. All right, my friends, have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you all